Well, after much speculation, it's official. Cody Rhodes and Nick and Matt Jackson of the Young Bucks have launched a new wrestling promotion named All Elite Wrestling. It's been made possible by the billionaire entrepreneur Tony Khan, son of Shahid Khan, who owns the NFL franchise the Jacksonville Jaguars and English Premier League football team Fulham FC. Tony Khan himself has reported to have invested $100 million into the promotion and is confirmed to be the promotion's president, while Cody and the Young Bucks will act as executive vice presidents. Rhodes tweeted yesterday the first signings to the promotion, which include him, his wife Brandy Rhodes, the Young Bucks, Hangman Adam Page and Britt Baker as the first handful of wrestlers to be included onto the roster. The promotion already has their first show lined up, presumably a sequel to All In called Double or Nothing, and a show that could go head to head with SmackDown called Tuesday Night Dynamite, but that's only if they secure a television deal. With the backing of a billionaire, there's the potential of snatching a number of high-level talent in WWE, mostly those who have been unhappy with their position and have their contracts coming to an end. Wrestling journalist Ryan Satin tweeted that some WWE wrestlers are paying close attention to the promotion and may look to move on to greener pastures. I also know of some popular WWE wrestlers watching what happens with All Elite Wrestling very closely, as they're unhappy creatively and are looking for a change of scenery. It's a long way from being considered as any serious threat or competition to the WWE, but there are some superstars who are rumoured to defect, and speculation that the WWE has taken necessary precautions by locking down talent with 5-year contracts before AEW has a chance to snatch them up, but which 5 are still in danger of leaving. Number 1. Zack Ryder. The reigning internet champion hasn't had much exposure on WWE television, despite being part of the main roster on the Red brand. In fact, for the most part of the year, Zack Ryder has complained about his absence on the show and how he didn't even have a single match on Raw over the whole year, venting his frustration with the hashtag #StillHere. Coincidentally, during the end of the year is when WWE finally let him wrestle on Raw. It's arguable Zack Ryder is amongst the top 10 underutilized wrestlers in WWE today, and despite having such a large following, WWE has continued to show their lack of faith in him being a top star and has opted to just have him perform at house shows or on B shows like Main Event. Due to his lack of exposure, Ryder might give up the idea that WWE will ever push him again, and could instead be keeping a close eye on AEW, defecting when the time is right. Number 2. The Good Brothers. Luke Gallows and Karl have only seen a small measure of success in the promotion after leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling, where they were megastars. They could also leave in favour of rebuilding themselves to the high-level status they once had. At the moment, the pair are still very low down on WWE's priority list and are hardly ever featured on SmackDown Live or pay-per-views. Their biggest achievement in 2018 was being the host of WWE's new show Botch Club. Like Styles, their WWE contract is likely to come to an end in April, as they pretty much jumped ship at the same time. While rumours have circulated the pair might be heading back to New Japan Pro Wrestling, they could join their friends in AEW as part of the Elite. Number 3. Chris Jericho and Jim Ross. Last year, before any rumours surfaced that the Elite was starting a new promotion, it was rumoured that both Chris Jericho and Jim Ross banded together with Tony Khan to start a new wrestling promotion. Now, obviously that wasn't completely untrue, but JR and Jericho have not been involved as much as we thought. However, Chris Jericho continues to show he is one of the smartest men in professional wrestling today by capitalizing on his WWE fame in other promotions such as New Japan Pro Wrestling, where he is the current IWGP Intercontinental Champion and held a successful wrestling event aboard a cruise ship. Despite not heading the promotion, both Jericho and JR might still be heavily involved behind the scenes. Whilst Jericho is not under contract with WWE, JR is still under contract until the end of March this year, and understandably has denied any involvement. Number 4. Goldberg. Wrestling and rumours go hand in hand, but it's common to take them with a huge handful of salt in most occasions, such as this entry. Former WCW World Heavyweight Champion Bill Goldberg shocked the wrestling world when he returned to WWE in 2016 and squashed Brock Lesnar at the Survivor Series pay-per-view. After competing in the Royal Rumble, Goldberg turned his attention to the Universal Championship and won it by squashing Kevin Owens. Goldberg would be defeated by Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania and hasn't returned since. He's currently not under contract with any promotion, but has teased a wrestling return once again. According to the wrestling news source Raja.com, the site that leaked the results to the Survivor Series before the show, Goldberg could have a role in AEW. Ryan Satin also noticed on Twitter that Goldberg was following AEW and the Double or Nothing account. This might not mean anything at all, but as history has always told us, never rule anything out in wrestling. And number 5, AJ Styles. This list isn't exclusive to legends or talent who are just fed up with WWE, but those who are looking for a lighter schedule, and this could include AJ Styles. The Phenomenal One's contract is reportedly ending in April this year and has entered negotiations with WWE to consider extending his contract, but only if WWE can agree to a lighter schedule. AJ is getting older and like many wrestlers, he's sick of travelling on the road and being away from his family for such long periods of time. Mike Johnson, a PW insider, mentioned how many years he has remaining in wrestling when dealing with such a grueling schedule. Listen, he is toward the end of his career. When I interviewed him, he talked about if there's anything differently he would have done in his career, he would have gone to NXT. I asked him if he regretted not spending time in NXT because he went right onto the main roster at the Rumble. He went, "No, because I put in a lot of my time and mileage on this body and I only have a limited time left and I'm getting older." He's toward the end of his career and he's got a family. So if I'm AJ Styles, this is how I look at it. If I'm going to sign a deal, I'm going to sign it with the expectation that it's the last contract I'm going to sign. So what's going to give me the most bang for my buck? If WWE won't agree to a lighter schedule or money, it's possible Styles could leave and work elsewhere, as it's certain AEW wouldn't pass on the opportunity to sign one of the biggest superstars WWE has today. What do you guys think? Who's leaving for AEW? Let us know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.